Bonjour Scorpio and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your February tarot reading. So I hope you've had a good beginning of the year so far. I have posted your tarot birth card readings for February last week, so I will drop you a link in the description box below if you didn't have time to check it out. If you don't know what your tarot birth card is, there's also a link to the description that explains how to work it out in the description box below. So normally for the monthly spread, I split my deck into three piles. I felt called to use a Celtic cross for this month, so I'm going to pull out a oracle card to get your main energy, and I will build my cross around this. So as always, please bear in mind this is a general reading, so just take what resonates. Now if you would like to tune in to the energy of my deck, you may want to take a couple of deep breaths and start relaxing as I shuffle it. So what do my lovely Scorpio Aquarians need to hear for their highest good for the month of February, please? So your main energy for the month is Y, card 31. So let me show it to you so you can see the artwork. Y. Now 31 diminishes to number 4 if you're interested in the numbers, which basically lay the solid foundations of anything in your life. If you think about a building, if you think about a piece of furniture, it's got four corners. Obviously, one can argue that you can have circle buildings and furniture, but generally speaking, this is what I'm talking about. So questioning why to do with a relationship, work, career path, I don't know. We're going to see this with your tarot spread. So let's see what we get about that. Now, if you're interested in the deck I'm using, and by the way, this is a stunning tarot deck created by an Italian artist. I have reviewed it on my channel, so I've dropped you a link in the description box below as well if you would like to check out the artwork and maybe even get it for yourself. Okay, so we have the Seven of Cups, that's at the center, so choices, crossed by the Ten of Cups, how interesting. Above you we have the Three of Wands, below you we have the Eight of Swords. I'm not surprised to see the Eight of Swords popping up with the question why here. The near past we have the Death card, big energy of transformation. In the near future we have the Star, beautiful. Your advice is the Ace of Swords. Your environment we have the Queen of Swords. Your hopes and fears, Nine of Swords. Okay, so we have a lot of mental energy going on here, because that's about 4 cards already. Yeah. And a final outcome, we have the Five of Cups. I'm going to clarify the Five of Cups for you right now before I put my cards down. So can you clarify this Five of Cups for my Scorpio Aquarians, please? This card here is calling me, so I shall grab it. In the Nine of Wands. Okay. The bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work that you may not be aware of, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, well that's beautiful. And again, unsurprised to see the Ace of Wands popping up right here because of death right there. So the Ace of Wands is the energy of a brand new beginning, a new door, an opportunity, an offer that comes your way and grabs you. You know, it's your passion and your desire, the fire energy. Something that's really going to ignite you and make you feel excited, and you know, the kind of card that makes you want to get up in the morning because you got something to look forward to. So this is working underneath, and you may not be aware of this, but this is your spirit team working, lining things up for you to get this opportunity, this excitement. So let me put it here on the side so you can still see it. I hope you can. It's a little bit cramped. Hang on, let me just shove it there. So I'm gonna have to say it because I wish you could see it, but the bottom card under my deck has just popped out for me to see. And it's judgment. It just popped out like this. All I could see was reading judgment. So I don't believe in coincidence. So we also have the judgment cards. So judgment, big energy. This is a major arcana, and you only have two of the major arcanas. You got death, the star, and judgment. And you will notice that they go in progression. We had the death first, then the star, and then judgment. Judgment is a beautiful card of awakening. So it may trigger a life review, you know, looking at a situation, looking at your life, at your career, and assessing it, you know, literally like a report card. The judgment card is also another card of transformation, deep transformation. It's shedding the old so that the new can be reborn, you know, like you're leveling up. A better version of yourself is gonna emerge. And if you look at this, and I really love the imagery on this deck, and you have the dark side of it and the light side of it, you being reborn, you know, as a brand new individual. So that was right there. So I'll put it here because it's an addition card. I felt compelled to read it because it popped out as I was moving the decks. So in the near past, we've got this death card here, and the near past is something that happened that is still having ripples on your current situation. And the death card is a card of cleansing, deep transformation and purification. In other words, something had to end for something else to be born out of the ashes. You know, that's why very many tarot readers call it the phoenix rising, because it's, you know, rising out of the ashes, something even better. So you've had to say goodbye to something or somebody in the past. It could be, you know, turning your back on your career as well. It could have been moving away from family and friends, maybe for work reason, or just because you wanted to relocate, the end of a relationship, a change of career completely, but something had to end. And it may not have been your decision to end it. Again, it may have been, but it may not have been. And when death appears on our path, it is to clear the way for something else. I can't stress this enough. Because, you know, with the judgment card, when I said to you, the death of the old and the birth of a brand new you, a leveled up you, that's what this is. Plus the Ace of Wands working in the background, you know, this new opportunity, new beginning, which is going to be very exciting, which is trying to make its way towards you. That's why we have death here. This is also the reason why we have the card why, because right now you may well be questioning why this had to happen, because it may have been very uncomfortable. You know, death is not an easy card. Any time in our lives when we go through a big transformation, with judgment as well, you know, even turning your back, even on something that may have been toxic or not right for you, or maybe you outgrew the situation, it's never an easy phase. So you may be wondering why did this happen? Why did I have to go through this pain? Or why did this person leave me? Or why did I lose my job? Or, you know, whatever it is, obviously take what resonates. And there is a distinct sense of overwhelm, okay? The Seven of Cups is talking about having lots of options and opportunities and being overwhelmed by them, not being sure which one to make. Because you don't want to make a mistake, you know, you want to get it right, which is completely understandable. And this is the emotional realm, the water energy of your sign. And this is really it's interesting because today I'm getting this message more than I normally get with the Seven of Cups. But you may even already have chosen a cup and not be happy with what you chose, for instance. So, or not being sure that you made the right decision. That will be just for some of you, not all of you. For some of you as well, you may feel slightly paralyzed by the amount of options that are presenting themselves to you, because you've been put in that position that you've got to make a choice because something ended. Now, what's crossing you is one of the best cards of the deck, really, the Ten of Cups, so same suit. And it's interesting that the cups, which are the water energy, your energy, only are in the middle of your cross. They have no bearings on the rest. It's really at the heart of thing, and literally it's your heart. The Ten of Cups is the happy ever after card. This is the card of, you know, feeling blessed, being emotionally content and happy, and being aware of it. Sometimes it's a choice, you know, to really relinquish this state, is what I'm trying to say. But because it's crossing the Seven of Cups, I believe that you may feel like you're not moving forward because you want the Ten of Cups, you want to jump to the Ten of Cups, you want it all basically. And I mean, I don't blame you, I mean, who doesn't? And this is making choosing very, very difficult, even leaving what's in the past behind, because this Ten of Cups, may refer to a past situation that you've had to turn your back on. This may have been what you deemed at the time, and may still do, as your happy ever after. And because this has been removed from you, you're just, you know, you're overwhelmed, you can't choose, you don't trust your heart, is what they're saying anymore, because the Seven of Cups is also choosing based on your heart space, your heart chakra, and you may have some imbalance in your heart chakra. And if you do, you'll feel it. And I can highly recommend, you know, meditating. If you go to YouTube, you've got loads of free meditation on opening the heart chakra. And if you don't like meditating, or if it doesn't come easy for you, they have healing sounds for the heart chakra, for instance, and it works wonder, particularly if you play them when you're about to fall asleep and so on. So, yeah, I can see how, you know, I mean, if you look at the question why, you look at the Ten of Cups, which is happy ever after, blocking, and this person looks very sad and depressed. I see why. Now, subconsciously, you're all up in your head and you don't see a way out. This is a very, it's a heavy mental energy, but it's also particularly, I'm getting a lot of coldness coming from this card today. Not something I feel generally speaking, but I will tell you. You also have the Nine of Swords here. So the Eight of Swords is the prison of the mind. That's how I like to describe it. It's having reflected and trying to find the answers that you wanted, like the why, and not having managed it. So you're now in a point where you don't think there's a solution, or you don't understand why, as in there's no reason, why did this happen? And the problem is when we don't find the reasons for why something happens and it really matters to us, we may fall into the trap of thinking that we're being picked on by the universe, for instance, or that we are just unlucky. And please do not think that, because it's not the case, and it's very easy to go down that road. So this Eight of Swords energy is something that subconsciously, you know, it's a mental trap. There is a way out, but only you can see this, the way out yourself, because this is a prison of the mind that you've erected yourself. And it's interesting because it's a stark contrast with what's on your mind, the Three of Wands. Three is expansion, growth. Combine that with the Wands energy, this is, you know, a spur of growth, looking at the future positively, you know, having seen a little bit of progress, something has grown a bit, and looking towards more growth, basically. So it's interesting how you have a dichotomy between your conscious mind, which is turned to the future, looking, on appearance anyway, positively at it, and then in the subconscious we've got this prison of the mind, which is directly linked to the death card here. Whatever it is you've lost or turned your back on, or the chapter that closed, you deem this as your Ten of Cups, your happy ever after, and you're not past it. Subconsciously you're still dealing with it. Maybe you've tried to repress it because you want to move on to the future, because you know that, you know, hanging on to the past is not the way forward. And so this is like this struggle, this fight within yourself of letting something go, or if it's not you, this Ten of Cups, as I said, maybe having very high expectations and wanting it immediately, having your happy ever after immediately, which, you know, it takes a bit of time. And I will say this, if you don't know why this happened, it's just, you know, take comfort in the fact that it happened for a reason. The universe and your spirit team, whether they are your angels, your ancestors, whoever you pray to, God, source, they never put on your path something you can't handle. It's always for your higher good, and you may not see it initially, but you will, because you've got the Judgment card here. You know, this transformation is happening and you're going to understand it and you're going to embrace it. And remember, the Ace of Wands underneath is because there's a new beginning coming your way. You just need to get past this why, and either the high expectations and wanting it to happen too quickly, or releasing something because it was not your Ten of Cups. And you may think that you're past that, is what I'm trying to say with the Three of Wands, but subconsciously you're still hanging on to it. Now in the near future, you've got the Star, beautiful, major arcana, healing energy, hope, wish coming true, and being guided by your spirit team. So there is nothing to worry about, because things are going to look up. You'll see, it will fall into place, even though you may not believe it right now subconsciously, it will come. It's another confirmation that this is all happening for a reason. And in the advice, you have the Ace of Swords. Now, this is the ultimate clarity. I call it the Epiphany card, personally, because it is like a flash of clarity, like you were stuck, you didn't know what to do, and this is the victory. This is the sword of victory that breaks you from this Eight of Swords, that prison of the mind. It may come as a download from your spirit team. It may come as some news that you get, some message that just unlocks it. You may find the answer to your why just like that, maybe even in a dream. You may get messages in your dreams. Make sure you have a diary next to your bed if you wake up in the middle of the night, so you can jot down keywords so that you don't forget them. But whatever comes to you as an epiphany, as an ultimate moment of clarity, the advice is to follow this, because this is going to be pivotal to you, you know, being guided towards this brand new beginning, this new chapter that holds the promise of being much better for you. And in the environment, you've got the Queen of Swords. So this could be someone around you, or this could be you tapping into the energy of the Queen of Swords in your environment. So queens are the receptive energy as opposed to the kings, who are action takers, and they represent patience and understanding within their suit. Swords is the mental realm, as I've been telling you. So the Queen of Swords is someone who's very intelligent, also somebody who's going to cut through the BS and will cut what no longer serves them. And that's because they are defensive, they're protective of themselves for very good reason. And because this is in the environment, this is your spirit team telling you that it may be time to cut cords, to get rid of what no longer serves you. If this Ten of Cups is what you thought was your happy ever after, it's time to let go of that. Something needs to be cut, basically. If it's someone around you, this is someone very smart, very witty, that may be a bit impressive, you know, like people are always kind of wary about them just because they are sharp, as in intellectually and in their words. They will tell you as it is, they don't sugarcoat things. So you may have someone like that around you that's going to be pivotal to this deliverance and this epiphany moment. And, you know, they may give you some information that's going to help you. Otherwise, it's just embracing the energy of this card. Because obviously in your hopes and fears, we have the Nine of Swords. And obviously this is the fear part of it. The Nine of Swords is very heavy mental energy of fear, anxiety, of repeating scenarios in your head or even the past, and being hurt by it and losing sleep over it and becoming increasingly anxious. And obviously this is a card that says to be courageous, to be brave, and to face those things for what they are. These are just thoughts. And it is very important that you remember that what you focus your mind and actions on will eventually manifest. So to try and keep these negative thoughts away, at bay, and try to think positively. And if thinking positively is too much at the moment, because you can't, I mean, trust me, I've been there, just be mindful then. Do something that's going to ground you into the present moment. Do your dishes by hand and feel the warmth of the water on your hands, for instance. If you have pets like I do, go on a walk with your dogs, play with them. They're always in the moment, so they're great for that. Anything like that. Do some yoga if you're into yoga, or something physical that's going to exert your body, which means it takes your minds off of the anxiety that you are experiencing. Because in the potential final outcome, we have the Five of Cups supported by the Nine of Wands. Now, the Five of Cups gets a very bad rep with tarot readers because of the Rider-Waite-Smith interpretation of it, which says sadness, sorrow, etc., etc. But the Five of Cups is not necessarily equal to that, because five is just the energy of change. So it's a change in your emotional body, and it's either good or it's either bad. Now, when we embrace the change, it tends to be good. When we resist it, it becomes a challenge. Then again, if you are not happy at the moment, which, you know, I can see that this is at the core of this, a change in your emotional realm is going to be beneficial, because you don't want to stay unhappy, if you see what I'm saying. So I see in the near future, you know, as a possible outcome, if you embrace, you know, the clarity of the Ace of Swords, and you allow yourself to heal and to believe that your spirit team and the universe have your back, I believe that you're going to have a change in your emotional body. It's just you need to persevere, because the Nine of Wands is the card of the wounded warrior, someone who's accumulated stress, fatigue, and pains, and is at the end of their tether, basically. But they need to do one more push. It's like there's one more hurdle for things to look up for you. So I'm sorry, this is my dog, and he's always barking when I read. So really, this is your spirit team saying to you, hey, you've got this. Push, one more push, and things are going to start to look up. You're going to get out of this funk, and you'll understand why this happened. You will see it. You'll see why you've had to go through that deep transformation, so that this beautiful Ace of Wands right here can appear in your life. And just follow the signs, because you are being guided and protected by your spirit team. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you did, or if this message resonated, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I'm so humbled you chose to spend it with me. I wish you a truly wonderful month. Do not forget to check your tarot birth card readings for February. It may shed some more light on this. And until next time, au revoir.